It's been a while since I've made a video, but best believe we're still up on the YouTube game. But I'm back and consistent, and I want to start off giving you guys some banger niches to go into of April of 2026. I'm not just going to give you the niche, I'm going to give you a full breakdown of why this channel is successful and ideas of how you can pivot off of that channel. The first channel that we're looking at is Tiny Mind Secrets. 2 weeks ago, 821,000 views. I'm going over this channel first because I told someone exactly to do this video idea, and this may or may not be someone in my group. But when we do a breakdown of this channel, we can see that this is an aged account made on April 4th, 2020. So that's the first thing that they're doing right. And they have their audience very clear. So the audience is going to be older on average, because just because these are videos talking about kids doesn't mean that kids are the audience. This is actually a channel that's catered towards parents, and parents would be the target audience. So the RPM wouldn't be terrible. And it's talking about the psychology of babies. Psychology channels do really, really well. I believe that this channel is a pivot off of the account Feelun. This is another account that's doing really, really well right now with YouTube. And the only thing that they're doing is talking about the psychology of cats. So we see their most popular video. If your cat sleeps with you, they're trying to tell you this. Do these 7 things daily and your cat will know you love them. Pretty much a guy teaching someone, hey, this is how you interact with a cat. This is how you're able to read the cat. And the same principle is being applied here with this baby channel. The only difference is the packaging is a bit different, and I'm not actually a fan of these 2 videos, especially this one. What really works well is having a format that is very consistent. Once you have a format that's consistent, it's really hard to mess up the style, and I think they're kind of venturing out a little bit too far here. If we break down the format of all of their videos, we can see that they're constantly using a white background. They also have a red arrow in every single one of their thumbnails. They have black text on top, and typically a colored cat. Colored cats work a lot better than white cats, obviously, so they can contrast a little bit better and give you higher CTR. And in some of their bigger videos, we see their big hit words highlighted in red. We see it on this video, this video, this video, this video, this video, this video. So yeah, again, a really good niche. An easy pivot for this would be obviously going to something like dogs, but I'm just letting you know everyone is going to dogs with this Feelun niche, which is why I said, hey, do babies. And guess what? Someone did babies. Now they have the red arrow, they have the 2 subjects, they have the text at the top, but really what they're missing is they don't have a very nice background. This channel would perform a lot better if it had a white background and if it had a little bit of color theory applied to it. As we see, the baby right here is wearing a light blue shirt, and the back of the seat is light blue as well. Color things like this really matter, guys. Trust me. We also see that this is just a really good video idea. Psychology of babies that stare at you, what they're trying to say in parentheses. This what they're trying to say re-emphasizes the title that's already there, which aligns with the thumbnail. This is very good packaging. The message is very concise and clear. Viewers will understand what to expect based off of this combination. Where we have a little bit more of a breakdown here is with the second video. First thing I notice is the subjects are actually smaller. The subjects here being the mother and the baby. You want to take up as much space as possible. Blow this up. Look at Feelun, for example. This is a channel that's doing it right. Look at how large that image is. They're taking up all of that white space with their subjects being the cat and the person. Look at how big the cat is on here. The baby should be just as big. Not only that, we have another huge coloring issue, right? So we have a little bit of contrast between the background here and the baby. On this one, it's even worse. The lighter the color, the better. I'm going to zoom in even more so you can see this easier. And remember what we had in parentheses here, right? What they're trying to say. This is going to re-emphasize this title again. Saying science explained doesn't necessarily add as much interest. So instead of just having parentheses science explained, we could do the psychology of babies laughing at 3 a.m. parentheses what this means in parentheses. Again, that's going to re-emphasize that title the same way that they did it here. The reason why I break it down like this is it's very important to really analyze why a video goes viral. Not only is it important to analyze why a video goes viral, you need to be able to break everything down so you can niche bend yourself. And a lot of people can get one video right. Obviously, you know, they get a lot of views. This one video probably made them about $5,000 to $6,000. But if you can't repeat it in the next video, you're just giving yourself a quick payout. Overall, this second video isn't horrible. It just isn't a good follow-up to this. And I think this could be packaged better. This could be packaged a lot better. This video is terrible. Why on earth have they destroyed a format that is clearly working? What's up with these colors? What's up with this background image? This thumbnail looks completely different than these other 2. Keep in mind, this got 821,000 views. What are you doing? You're selling this channel because you don't understand how to copy what works. Look at these titles. The psychology of babies. Psychology of babies. Why is it changed here? Let's take a look at the title of the videos. Why babies cry harder when they see you after being apart. That is a word salad. This does not make sense if English is your first language. I mean, obviously it makes sense, but you don't want to word anything that's too wordy. That doesn't roll off the tongue easy at all. Read this again. again, why babies cry harder when they see you after being apart. I have to decipher what exactly you're trying to say. That's not good, because when someone sees your video in the algorithm, the first thing that they're going to do is just scroll right past, right? So you want to make sure that everything is digestible as possible, which includes, like I said, making those subjects as big as possible, creating as much contrast as you can, and making your message as clear and concise in the title as possible. If I went into a channel like this, I would completely dominate. And that's not good. That's not good. But this is the first channel that we have for our niche breakdown. Again, this is a super fire niche. Think of ways that you could pivot off of this, which again, this is just a psychology pivot of this channel, Feloon, that's doing pretty much most things, pretty much everything right, I would say. And this channel is making minimum $5,000 a week right now. This channel is doing really. The next channel that we have is You Are History. All right, so we're doing the POV format on this. The POV format is amazing. I have a channel in the POV format that just got monetized 3 days ago. I'm going to block it out so you guys don't see it, but we're at $119 so far in 3 days. Again, with the POV channel, first video is at about 160,000 views right now. The first video we have is Your Life as King Baldwin. The second video we have is POV, Your Genghis Khan. Initially, the first thing that points out to me is that it's really interesting what they're doing here with these thumbnails. If we go to a channel like The Life Outline, the first thing we notice is all of the thumbnails say No Way Out or Dead Man Walking. We can see with this example here, most people are putting Dead Man Walking inside of the thumbnail. But on this channel, they're not doing that. They're just re-emphasizing who is already in the video, which we already know this by the title, which is, like I said, untraditional. Usually we want to reaffirm the claim, but this is still not bad. And if we take a click on the video, we can see that all of this is AI. But what makes them higher effort is that every single image almost is animated, which is the same thing that I do with TubeGen. So this is really good character consistency as well. The animation looks very solid, and it makes sense why this channel is doing so well. Now you don't need a crazy expensive editor. You can do all of this with AI, which is what I do, and you can have a channel absolutely explode. The only advice I really say for this channel is just keep really good consistency. So use a person that isn't necessarily common like King Baldwin, but is still recognizable and a lot of people know it. And so the next video that you have is Genghis Khan. Actually, not a bad video idea. But it's been 7 days. Get another video out. But history and the POV perspective niche is always going to be really good. The next channel that we have is a little bit old. This channel is 5 months old, and it has extreme inconsistency. Inconsistency in views, inconsistency of upload schedule. But 4 days ago, they have a video at 657,000 views. They're just trying stuff until it works, and honestly, I don't blame them for it. They have prevailed even through low views. So what's different about this video with 650K compared to the rest of their videos? So if I expand this a bit, we can see that their longest video is their newest video. They're making about 2-minute long videos before this. So they're trying some videos explained in minutes. So we see explained in 1 minute, explained in 2 minutes, but that just wasn't long enough. What we see them do is 5,000 years of history of Iran in 18 minutes. This is an absolute great video idea because Iran is culturally relevant at the moment. And guys, if you want to up the chance of getting a viral video, talk about something that's culturally relevant. That's why this video, Your Life is Every Level of the Illuminati, did so well. You know why? Because look who's in the thumbnail. This is a very, very culturally relevant person. So yes, they decided to make a video of the history of Iran in 18 minutes. Really good video idea. Iran is a great country to talk about right now, as well as Israel. So what are some exact niche bins that you can do for this? Well, let me just pull out Paint. This is the way that I come up with niche bins based off of formats. So I take the broad niche. Let's say it is history. Is history about what? Is history about a country? A country that is what? What type of country would we describe Iran as? I don't want to say problematic. I think that's an unfair word to use. Let's say controversial. So we're talking about history of a controversial country. We could break it down even more to Middle East, question mark, Middle East. And so this is kind of the niche breakdown that I have for this. So if we were to change out anything about this, anything, what would it be? So we can keep history, we can keep country, so the history of a country, we can keep controversial, we can change Middle East. So what if we change it from the Middle East to North Korea, right? So we could do like the 120-year history of North Korea explained in 17 minutes. Again, I say North Korea because it is controversial and it is kind of relevant always. We could talk about Ukraine, we could talk about Russia, and I think you kind of get the point there. And so we could branch channels just talking about the histories of countries. Again, just based off of the performance of this video, we know that this packaging works, and we know that this is a good way to really pivot into our own niche bin. But let's just undo all of this for a second. What if we keep these two, right? And then we just try to use this to kind of think. I use this method as like ideation. What should I call it? Like the ideation block of YouTube or whatever. What if we take out a country that, isn't controversial? So this is the one thing that we're going to cross out, which any country really could be controversial, but we could talk about the history of the United States. We could talk about the history of Mexico. History of a country that has a lot of history would be England, the UK, right? I think England would do pretty well because it has a lot of history attached to it. But I think you kind of see the point is where we can go with niche spending, just switching out to different countries. Let's just break out of countries real quick. So let's cross this out even more. This is me, like I said, just coming up with ideas on the fly. I don't have any script for in these videos. What instead of country, we crossed this out and we did the history of, guess what? Earth, explained in who knows how many minutes of the entire world, kind of like the Bill Wirtz type of YouTube video. But again, that's just giving you some ideas. So many video ideas can be branched out from just one video that went really well. And I want you guys to remember that. I want you guys to dive in on that and create the YouTube ideation block, whatever I'll name it, to come up with as many ideas as possible. Instead of country, we could use continent and talk about the history of Africa. And we would have the thumbnail exactly like this. Well, not exactly like, obviously, a little bit different, but I think you kind of understand the premise. All right, another banger channel that we need to go over is Food Discovery. Not Food Discovery, sorry, Food Discover. And they're doing the oldest niche format in the book. And you know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? It is explain videos, explained in minutes. They also did a little bit of the 7 levels type of niche format here, but most of it recently has been explained in minutes. They're taking very simple ideas and obviously, just explaining it in minutes. If you've been on YouTube automation, you know that this niche is probably one of the easiest ones to get into. The topic that they're going into is food, and there's so many different food variants that you could talk about. Now, if you are going to do the explain in minutes niche, it is very important to know that whatever, sub niche that you're getting in, it has to be something that has multiple variants. Like, I didn't really realize that there's so many different variants of apples until I saw this video that's at 303K 5 days ago. And you want to make sure that you are expressing all of these different variants inside of the thumbnail again. And not only that, think about color theory. Look at how every single apple next to it is a different color so it can contrast even more. Whoever is running this channel, they're doing a great job. They understand YouTube at a very high level. The packaging is great. The ideas are great. I love the way that they even split test. Some of the thumbnails are realistic, some of them are cartoon. They're very simple. So yes, the Food Discover channel is amazing. This is probably one of the most consistent channels I've seen, not of all time, but just in the recent, I say like month or two, because they really understand how to keep a channel alive just by explaining a broad topic and then niching down into it. Okay guys, we have another channel kind of going into the 7 layers explained type of niche. So what they're doing here is a very popular format, the 7 levels. And they're doing the explainer type, doing explain in 13 minutes, explain in 10 minutes, to explain in 10 minutes. I absolutely love the brand that this channel has with the Kitty Explain. I really enjoy watching these videos. And their 3 newest videos are doing pretty well. And I can tell you exactly why. Because they're in a format that is doing well. That is 100% the answer. If we just search up the 7 levels on YouTube, you're going to find so many different people talking about different topics just in levels. And when you package videos like this, it is really important to have as much diversity as possible within the thumbnail. Again, so you can create as much contrast. And not only that, you're going to need some correlation between colors, right? I'm going to zoom in, take a look at this video. Levels of IQ explained. There's 7 levels. What do we see? We see people who have associations with intelligence. So we have Elon Musk. We have people who have association. We have very recognizable figures, all in different spaces, but associated with intelligence. I don't think Bad Bunny or what's his name, Mr. Bean, are associated with intelligence, but they're really recognizable people. And that's the secret to it. You have Albert Einstein, you have Elon Musk, you have Cristiano Ronaldo in the center. The face that people probably will see first would be Cristiano Ronaldo because he is the most center and he is the most recognizable. But every single person in here is pretty recognizable. So this is a really good thumbnail. Same thing if you look at the 7 levels of rock star. Who do we have in the middle? Kurt Cobain. Take a look at the 7 levels of rapper. Who do we have in the middle? Drake. I'm telling you, this YouTube thing is just a pure psychology game. And this channel wants to do the exact same thing, keeping the most known cars in the center. Now, one problem I noticed is with this video in particular, the color coordination isn't there. Okay, you want to go from red to green. Why do you want to go from red to green? Red is associated with bad or worse. Green is associated with good. So this video, their biggest video with 339K, is good. You have the worst model of Mercedes. At the end, you have the best model. For some reason, on this video, they didn't do that. Why is the best model in red? Colors have different associations with them. And people who learn from me that are in my group, they know this. And quick little plug, I do have a YouTube mentorship. I think I'm the greatest alive at YouTube. Not actually, but I am pretty good and I do know what I'm talking about. And I've helped so many students make over $10,000 a month with YouTube automation. I'm not going to yap on it too much. You can see I have a freaking Bible booklet of testimonials. 5 days ago, I was featured in Unilad Tech and I'm featured in Fortune magazine. Yes, the Fortune 500. Yes, Fortune. They went through all my channels, verified my income. It was literally like the IRS trying to interrogate me. But yes, I am legit. I've been doing this for a long time. Okay, that's enough promo. Let's get back to it. So yeah, colors have associations and they definitely shouldn't have done it like this, but it's okay. Because what this tells you and what you can learn from this is number one, don't make these mistakes. And number two, that this format is still really good. Very similar to the explainer, find something that you really like doing that you can break down into the 7 levels. And again, make sure you have recognizable and as much contrast as possible. Now, another way that they went wrong, again, with this one from 5 days ago, is that look at the car colors. Gray, black, black, black. Not a lot of contrast here. If we take a look at the one of 339K, we see silver, we see white, black, black. A little bit more contrast on this one versus this one. Now, what I do for all my thumbnails, once I make them, I just go back. I just step away. I step away. And I try to look to see, is there too much color? Are the images really clear and concise? This really helps me gauge things I should fix probably in my thumbnail. But yeah, Kitty Car Explains, not a bad channel overall. This channel was an absolute pooper stinker at first, so I'm happy they started to get things together. But yeah, some better optimization could be had with this one and this one, and I think they'll be set. Somebody can make a video, the 7 levels of washing machines, and if they package it right, I bet someone will watch. Next up, we have a channel that doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers, so a channel that isn't even monetized. And look at the newest video. The newest video only has 164 views. You might be thinking, Adavi, why are you sharing this with us? I'm sharing this because this channel is a sleep channel in 2026. That's actually abiding by all the rules, which should not get demonetized. And this channel only started 2 weeks ago, so definitely in a week or two, I think this channel will be monetized. And they're talking about a anime, One Piece, facts to fall asleep to, which if they can talk about One Piece facts to fall asleep to for almost 2 hours, what is stopping you from doing the exact same thing in any other niche pivot? I think this is an absolute golden find because it doesn't take a lot of views to make a lot of money when it comes to these sleep channels. We're looking at an RPM well over $20. $20 per 1,000 views, you get freaking 10K views. It's worth it, man. So this is really good. Mirror off this channel. Look at the things that they do consistently. They have fall asleep on the left, and then they have a subject related to the show on the right. Really easy to digest. You should do the exact same thing in something that you're interested in. I think this is so easy that, you know, someone should probably get into a sleep channel like this. Your watch time is going to be amazing because people are going to fall asleep while watching the video, and you're going to get paid a lot. Again, trust me, I would know about sleep channels. They pay a lot. People in the comments like to ask me, you know, Adavi, how are you finding these niches? If I go over to just my YouTube feed, you can see clearly that boom, banger channel, banger right here, banger right here. The Bible in 5 minutes, 2.7 million views. We can see all of these brand new YouTube channels that are popping off. 37,000 subscribers, 1.8 million views. Let's take a look. Again, holy smokes, a banger channel. Let's take a look at this one. First time seeing this. What is this? Another channel? A month old, and it's already doing really well. A brand new channel here, a brand new channel here. And the list just goes on. What is this? Channel started 2 months ago. They have a video 11 days ago at 436K. I have a secret little method that I use to find a bunch of breakout videos on my feed literally almost every single time that I get on YouTube. So if you want to know how I curated my feed to find nothing but new YouTube channels, I can explain that in another video. Just ask me down below. Also, no surprise to anyone, but I do use TubeGen's niche finder to find niches as well. So anything that's brand new, that's blowing up, like this channel right here, I can take a look at it and I can see, oh, look, another good niche. And also I'm using TubeGen 100% now for the videos that I'm making. All of these animations for like the POV perspective type of niches, I'm animating with TubeGen. So watch my tutorial on that. If you'd like an updated one, I'd be happy to make one for you. So yeah, link down below to any of the resources that I use, and make sure to follow my other socials because I'm giving out free sauce. And if you want to join my group, check my profile. Best of luck to everyone in the YouTube space.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com. And do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says you from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.